MCMFOs. Welcome to my channel, Learning Balanced Life. Today we are going to talk about anatomical terminology, the terms used in relation to body movements of the lower limb. Body movements of the lower limb. So let's begin. Our first term is the flexion of the thigh. Flexion of the thigh, which means when we bring the surface of the thigh closer to the abdomen, just like this. Here I bring my thigh closer to the abdomen. That is flexion of the thigh. And the opposite is extension of the thigh. Extension of the thigh, in which the thigh is kept erect. When standing erect, we have extension of the thigh, just like this. Extension of the thigh. Our next movement is abduction of the thigh. Abduction. Over here. And that means we are taking it away from the body, like this. That is abduction of the thigh. And number 4 tells us the opposite of abduction, which is adduction of the thigh. Adduction. Over here we bring it close to our body, just like this. This is adduction of the thigh. And number 5 is medial rotation of the thigh. Medial rotation of the thigh. And what happens here? When the thigh is turned medially, just like this. When the thigh is turned medially, it is called the medial rotation of the thigh. And opposite is lateral rotation of the thigh. Lateral rotation of the thigh, in which it faces laterally, just like that. So that is lateral rotation of the thigh. And finally, the last movement of the thigh is circumduction, which is an order of movements that are extension, abduction, flexion, and adduction. When these movements happen in a sequence, it is circumduction. Now you may take a look at the board before we move on to our next set of terms. Now about movements in the knee. Number 8, we have a flexion of the knee. flexion of the knee. And in the flexion of the knee, the back part of the thigh and back part of the leg come close to each other, just like this. This is flexion of the knee. And the opposite is extension of the knee. Extension of the knee. And an extension of the knee, the back part of the thigh and back part of the leg are in a straight line, as in standing erect. Like this is my flexed knee and this is my extended knee. Extension of the knee. Number 10. Now we finished about the knee, moving on to the foot. There is dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion, in which the dorsum of the foot, the dorsum, and dorsum, what does dorsum mean? Dorsum. The dorsum of the foot is the top part of the foot over here. This is the dorsum of the foot. When the dorsum of the foot comes close to the front part of the leg, it is called as dorsiflexion, just like this. And the opposite is plantar flexion. In plantar flexion, the plantar aspect of the foot, that means the back part of the foot or the sole of the foot, faces backwards. That means this is dorsiflexion and this is plantar flexion, in which the sole of the foot or the plantar aspect of the foot faces backwards. And finally, the last two movements of the foot are inversion and its opposite, eversion. In inversion, the medial line of the foot gets raised. This is the medial line of the foot. That means it is close to the median line. The median line is over here. When it is lifted upwards, it is called as inversion, just like this. And when we lift the lateral border, it means this part of the foot, when we move that is eversion, when we lift up the lateral border, just like this. So that was about the movements of the knee and the foot. Now you may take a look at the board. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.